Today for the Bitcoin and Ethereum price with DaVinci J15. We are going to talk about Bitcoin and Ethereum, and actually we were just sitting here on the sofa pulling up the charts and we saw something in the charts and we knew we have to talk about that. So without any further ado, I want to go straight into the content and see where Bitcoin and Ethereum are going to go in the immediate short term. I want you to come to the most important question of today. DaVinci J15 wearing a red shirt today. Why the heck? How are you doing today, my man?
I'm in Dubai, 5 by 5, man. Oh, awesome here. And I can't believe I'm in Dubai. Every day here is like a new experience. It's like, wow, oh my gosh, wow. It's amazing.
Crazy, yeah. And we are meeting so many followers. Exactly, it's amazing. Yesterday
exactly.
we had a panel speech, but anyways, I know many of you guys are thinking about Bitcoin and about Ethereum. You are asking yourself, Ethereum going higher and higher. What the heck is happening to Bitcoin? When is Bitcoin finally going to blast off? Or are we going to finally, eventually, see the breakdown? This is something we want to talk about today. So DaVinci, can you maybe elaborate a little bit on what's going on here in the Bitcoin chart? We can see we are hovering around 57,000 US dollars for Bitcoin. And while Ethereum is actually going higher and higher, Bitcoin is slowly retracing towards the downside. So what are you seeing here? What do you think is going to happen to Bitcoin in the immediate short term? And in the end, of course, we are going to talk about Ethereum as well. And maybe for some people who don't understand it, we want to explain in the very end how candlesticks work and how to read it.
Exactly, yeah. But first, we're going to talk about the price action and what we're going to trade on how we're going to trade this. As you can see, Bitcoin has broken down. You can see a lot of M's here, and we're broken down. And this is actually a bearish kind of situation that we're in, more than we are a bullish one. If we were going to turn around, we're probably going to have to test closer down to this candlestick here. And then if we turn around and break above, what's this see here? That price is just
57, 250.
Yeah, exactly, 250 approximately. If we break above that, we're headed up to 58.49. Now, of course, that's not a new high, unfortunately. And so it could be a double top at this point where we could collapse back down, assuming that were to play out. Of course, you don't want to trade it from here because you don't know whether or not it's going to actually go up. If you want to take a chance that it's going to go up.
Oh, a new hourly candle.
Yep, there you go. We got a new hourly candle. So if you want to take a chance where it's going to go, you think it's going to go up, you need to put your buy order down here and your stop loss right below that candlestick, so that you are playing from a
position of strength.
Exactly.
And don't get wrecked.
Exactly.
Perfect. I wanted to conclude it maybe a little bit here. So for Bitcoin, I agree. I wouldn't start trading here yet. If you actually want to trade a breakout, you could trade the break above this candlestick here, for example, which would be actually a W breakout. And then, of course, you should close it before the price target. But do I understand it correctly? I wanted to talk about the bearish scenario. In case we are breaking the previous low here at approximately 56,100 US dollars, don't you think that it's possible that we are going down here below to the previous traffic area? Maybe I'm just removing this here quickly to the previous traffic area. I don't want to show the ads here. I have to sign in actually to this previous traffic area here around the levels of 54,500 US dollars here at the breakout point. Yeah,
exactly. That's a very important point to point out here. Is right here, right where I'm pointing right now. That is, if it breaks down here, you want to walk away from your trade here, because or reverse your trade. Actually, there's another thing that people don't do is they set their stop loss, but then they don't reverse their trade to take the opposite side. They always think they have to be in one direction on the trade when you can always be on the opposite. Whatever direction will work for you in order for you to make money. Doesn't matter whether whether price is going up or price is going down. Right? The objective of trading on a shorter time frame is to make money. And to do so, you have to not forget about what your bias towards the asset, which is obviously, what's your bias towards this asset? Where do you want it to go?
In the bull market, always up.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so that bias will prevent you from actually making professional trades such as this one, where, hey, you know what? We break down below here, we're going to take a short.
Yeah.
Right? And then, of course, make sure you set your stop losses because, the market can reverse on you all of a sudden. So make sure you accept those losses and make sure you know that your losses are never more than
you can afford to lose.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it really should be like only 5% of the total amount that you've deposited in the leverage exchange.
Yes, exactly. Because as you always say, you should always want to make sure that you can come back the next day and open another trade. Still, I'm one-dimensional, but it's not that I'm always longing. I'm longing or waiting. So now, personally, it's waiting time for me, right? If we break this, I'm gonna wait. If we stay here, I'm gonna wait. If we break above this, I'm gonna long. It's easy as that sometimes, yet for some people, very hard to wait. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing that. I wanted to know, the hourly candle going a little bit red here. So let's wait and see what's gonna happen here. I wanted to know, what do you think about Ethereum? Ethereum going higher and higher, now like 2-3% away from the all-time high. Do you think we are going to break the $3,000 level for Ethereum, even though Bitcoin is showing some signs of weakness here?
Well, clearly Ethereum has broken away from its correlation to Bitcoin. If you were looking at the correlation charts, you'll see that we're in a massive M pattern, which was breaking down on the correlation. So Ethereum is ready to break out and go on its own. It is an altcoin. It is one of the best altcoins, but it is still an altcoin. And altcoins are set to outperform Bitcoin in the next little while. If we were to bring up the dominance, but we don't have time for that, you'll see that the dominance is breaking down right now as we speak.
Yeah, also, I mean, I remember I made a video on my balcony like 3-4 months ago, and Ethereum was on the monthly against Bitcoin, breaking a 3.5 years resistance, right? If that wasn't a moment for you guys to get bullish on Ethereum, sometimes it takes a little while to actually show up in the charts. Well, then I don't know. And now actually we are seeing the results of that happening, of breaking this 3.5 year trend line. I'm personally also bullish on Ethereum, but I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, even though it's sometimes a little bit boring here. I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin, and I hope the people don't forget about that. I wanted to remind you guys, before we are going into this, make sure you go to davincij15.com and you sign up for Pandora's wallet, and you check out his token as well. You will get early access to his trades, to his live streams, and to everything. The davincij15.com link, it can't get easier than that. It's directly next to our sign up links, where you get $2,520 maximum combined on the exchanges after clicking the link. And on a 40x leverage, that's a $100,000 trade for free. Of course, you have to complete a few steps, so that takes like 2 minutes in total. So you can claim the bonus in the pinned comment down below. Now I wanted to quickly explain, maybe you do the green one, I do the red one.
Sure.
Yeah? How these candlesticks works for everyone who doesn't understand.
A lot of people have asked me, how does these Japanese these are called Japanese candlesticks, right? They're actually only 70 years old, because, they're actually older than that, but for the rest of the world, it's 70 years old. They were used in Japan for over 500 years, and since it was a closed society.
For rice, right?
Yes, exactly, for their rice futures. And since it was a closed society, nobody except the Japanese knew about them. So that's why they're called the Japanese candlesticks. And they're really easy to read, and they pack in a lot of information that people just seem to forget. So, for example, in this green candle right here, we're going to do the green, or are you going to do the green?
You can do, I mean, I'm the bull, right?
Yeah, exactly, that's right.
You know what, let me do the green.
You start with the green.
So you have, and it's also called an open-close, high-low, open-close bar chart, right? So we have the open, we have the close. So in the green chart, the lower area of the bar is always the open, and the upper area of the bar is always the close. This is always the low, no matter if it's red or green. The lowest point of the wick is always the low of the specific bar, and the highest part of the wick, this one or this one, is always the high. But on the green one, the lower end of the bar is the open, and the higher end of the bar is the close. That's actually everything I could say about the green one.
Exactly, and the red one is the opposite. Of course, the top is where it opens. As you can see, the top is where this one opens. And then all this, the wicks are where this thing, and the wick and tail, is where it traded to during the whole process of that hour. And because we're looking at the hourly there, you see? So each candle represents 1 hour. And so in this time frame of 1 hour, the price traded between the bottom of the tail and the top of the wick there.
Yeah.
And then the body, of course, the bottom part is where it closes. And that's a very important piece of information, because you can actually use this pieces of information to help you trade, because each of these candlesticks can represent some sort of like a pattern. So if you put together 3 candles, some of these candles can be, for example, I'll show you, these 3 candles is a fractal and a bearish fractal. And you could have seen that bearish fractal. Doesn't play out every single time, right? About like
More than 50%, yeah.
But still, you can use those to help you determine a trade on the shorter time frame.
Perfect. Thank you everyone for watching until the very end. I think that was a nice lesson here in the end. Smash up the like button if you appreciate that. If you want more of that in the future, maybe some kind of small knowledge bombs here towards the end of the video, smash it up to, I don't know, 10,000 likes. Make sure you follow DaVinciJ15 over on his channel as well. And with that being said, do you have any last words to share before we are wrapping it up for today?
Always play from a position of strength and do not get wrecked.
Do not get wrecked, guys. Thank you so much for watching and really see you at the next one of MMCrypto. And as always, guys, bye-bye.